Happy Thanksgiving. We are really in the spirit now for holidays and Thanksgiving tomorrow. We're delighted to have Julie Powell here today, our wonderful workshop leader that has taught a workshop of many students. It seems like they're growing in the inspiration day by day. And many of them brought their artwork to show and celebrate today. We're having a little British tea. We've got tea and scones and clotted cream and delicious treats for everyone that wants to walk in the door.
Food here?
Food here. And we have a few people that took Julie Powell's workshop that could not be here today. But we're going to show as many of the pieces that were inspired by that workshop today as we can. We'll try to keep it very brisk and quick, but we'll start with Julie showing. Kay Iverson is actually in Spain right now, so we're going to show what Kay did, inspired by Julie. And this, I think, is the first piece right here.
She did both of these?
She did this one, and then that's another artist right there.
No, this is, I believe this is
Kay.
Kay's.
Yeah,
This
I
is,
don't know who that is.
I'm not sure whose that one is. This goes with Kay's.
And we'll figure this out.
Okay, yeah, because I didn't have the inspiration there. It's
I have
beautiful.
to think about it, but she was in your class also.
Okay, great.
We'll figure it out.
Okay. Hi, everybody. So I couldn't be more the heartwarming feeling that I have based on the follow-up to the workshop I did last month is so fulfilling. I have permanent chills from this. It's giving me goosebumps. The first piece is from Kay, who is not able to be here, but she brought this to the workshop, and this was her inspiration for color, and you can see why. And based on this photo, she did we did color windings. We didn't have time for much else. We didn't have time for a swatch. So we did color windings based on photographs or fabrics. And this is her winding. And I think she did this after the class because I don't recall seeing this, but to me this is like so amazing in terms of how the colors are captured of the photograph. And this is not easy because you've got complements of blue and orange or lobster and coral with aqua. They're complements, and it's not the easiest thing to balance them. But this is her project. First of all, it feels amazing. But she's done this shawl. I think I love it with my sweater.
Oh, it does. That's perfect.
And I think I'm walking away with this myself. I want to keep everything about this.
She is coming back.
I don't know if I'm going to give it back. This is her weaving. First of all,
It's
it
beautiful.
feels like it's silk and something.
It's all Lambspun yarn that she got here. She's only been weaving for a short period
It's
of time.
incredible. Look at her edges.
It's beautiful.
Everything about it looks flawless. Not to mention the detail in the color variety. It's very subtle. She sent me a picture on email, but it didn't capture, of course.
And it looks just like the picture. When she brought it in, I was like, oh my gosh.
It is the picture. It is. She is inspired by nature. And
That's the silk boucle, and
Yeah.
we hand dye that, and it gave a great texture.
this is one of the most beautiful.
It is.
I am blown away, and I told her that was from the photograph, but now that I see it in real life, I am speechless.
It's awesome.
It's so awesome. She did a beautiful fringe on the end of the twisting them around each other, and then you could wear it.
So cute.
Beautiful.
Just gorgeous.
She
And
also said she will do your technique of
Oh,
finding
she said that
the
to me,
color
yeah.
combinations
From now on.
Exactly.
I love it.
It was great.
It's a lot faster than doing a swatch, and yet you get a feel. It's just a good idea to design your own work rather than let fate take it where it will. Then you'll get close to what you want. no
And
matter
I
what.
now know who this is.
Uh-huh.
This belongs to another of your students. Her name is Mar.
Oh,
She
Mar,
is
That's
also
right.
out of town.
Yes, and
So-
she wrote to me. So
she has this. So she did a beautiful job
Gorgeous.
of coordinating colors for the warp
That's
and
right.
the weft. And she just learned to weave.
Yeah, unbelievable.
And
It's
this was her
beautiful.
first or second project. Well, first project on the multi-shaft loom.
Yes.
It's absolutely gorgeous. We don't have the original inspiration for color, But what she did using the lime
pop of the
greens with the
yellow.
darks and lights, we talked a lot about value. And so it wasn't just about pretty colors, but using lights and darks and complements. And that's just what she did. I mean, you have yellow and navy together, and it's dynamic and has so much life to it. And she used variegated yarn, so it's technically makes it a little bit easier. Absolutely
beautiful.
gorgeous. This makes me so happy.
And
So-
the third one is right around behind you. And
Did you get this after the class?
No.
if she
No.
was in the class,
But
though.
you were Anne was in the class.
She is working on multiple things.
Should we go and look at the other people's things?
Do we want to talk about the Elena while we're in
Oh
here?
yes, where she's not.
She's at the table, I think.
Okay, well, let's just,
We'll go back
We'll
there
go that
and
way.
then we'll come back.
we're taking a tour here through the shop, and we do have a weaver out front that we'll show when we come back. And right now, we are going to show what's on the table.
So these are more projects that are follow-up from the workshop that I did last month. And this is Brandy. And Brandy was doing, we all did wrappings to capture a photograph or an inspiring textile. And Brandy's wrap at the time, I mean, it's
love
just
those
beautiful.
colors.
And I said, it's fashion forward, it's autumn, she's got this bone with the black and then these pops of these natural colors, vegetable colors. And I just love it. I mean, I can see a very graphic sweater in this, a million things that I would wear. But this is what she made. And maybe you want to talk about what, no? Okay.
Oh, come on. Oh, that's
First of
beautiful.
all,
This
you did
beautiful
good.
little piece with crochet and embroidery.
So creative.
And you can see the color palette, and
fabulous.
there it is.
I
And look
love
at the
it.
spirals.
I love it.
And the hand embroidery is rustic, and this is very trending. This sense of rough, homespun, handmade, making the most of it, and not trying to make it look refined.
It's excellent.
And
I
it
love
is
it.
so.
It's beautiful.
There's almost a naivety to it, but it's not. It's expertly done. It's so beautiful. But the other thing she made here, she did needle felting. Wet felting. And this is wet felting where she picked up these colors.
Oh, wow.
Oh, cool.
And
Your
it's
colors are great.
Her colors are great, and I want to mention the sense of proportion that on her winding, the bone is the dominant color, and you can see the black and white is where the action is, and then she's made these little accents of the other colors, and that's what makes it. And then you have areas where you have these delicious organic areas that are blending together. And it's so beautiful.
Beautiful.
Powerful.
But here's another one. She did all these pieces.
You should frame that.
Look at this.
That's a good idea.
Look at
It's
this.
a magnificent.
It's embroidery and this is needle felting on
felting
top
and
of
wet
welt
felting,
felting.
yeah.
And the graphic quality of
It's
this
amazing.
embroidery.
I love it.
This is a piece of artwork. To me, belongs in a museum. It's so beautiful. I love it. And she has beading down here. And it's so inventive and it's so
It's
fresh
fun.
and lively and innovative. It makes me want to cry.
Yeah, me too.
It's beyond the beyond.
Good job.
But thank you. It's so moving to me to see that's something that we all did together, that this is what came of it. That I can't ask for more than that.
That's reward.
Well, you're a wonderful teacher with great feedback, so you get half the credit.
I don't think so. And then this is Diana.
Diana's creation.
Diana did a incredible. Can you see her in the?
Get
Maybe
that.
get on the other side at some point. But here's the winding that Diana put together.
Beautiful
And
colors.
you can see it's a very different palette from Brandy. These gorgeous, soft, heathery tones with the purples as being the dominant, really the dusty purple and deep purple and lavender and pink. Look at the sweater she's making. This is a top-down knit,
Yeah, here are the sleeves.
and she is using
That's the back. This
all
is the
her
front.
stash
This is all.
to knit this. You can see by the ends.
I love it.
And it is the most, it looks like stained glass. It is,
Oh.
it's so beautiful, the colors, and it encapsulates. I mean, look
Exactly.
at how
I can
you
see
get
where
the
making
color.
those wraps really is
And
helpful.
Yes,
I
it
am
really
so glad
was.
that this inspired you. And
Oh, it
it's
really
so
did.
delicious and as different from brandies as you can get.
Yeah, yeah.
And
But it's on the same.
it's the same. You took the idea and you ran with it.
Yeah, we both did.
And what could make me happier than that?
Oh, you're so
This is inspiring. Well, it's
inspirational.
inspiring for me to see it. I want to do more now.
Yeah.
I want to see what else you come up with.
Should I be embarrassed that these are all for my stash?
You should be
And
proud.
I have bags. This
No,
is my
stash
light
with
bag.
pride.
Beautiful.
This is my light stash, and this is
Dark.
My
So you
stash.
have doing by value.
Oh, exactly.
See, and then if
Now,
you
did you do this
Yes, she
with
did.
that as well?
I knitted this, but Karen was absolutely wonderful artist to have spun this all together. I mean, she put feathers in it.
That's
and
beautiful.
Little bits and so this is going to be a coat,
look at this.
and this is the bottom of the coat. I mean, obviously
It's the collar that you're.
this is a collar, and the collar will go on this coat.
Oh, okay. But it looks a lot like the same colors as your swatch. I was
Yeah,
wondering if it
I'm
was
kind of a
tied to
purple-
it.
Can you tell I'm a purple?
A little bit. It's beautiful on you.
Thank you. And I hate to tell you again, everyone on Facebook, this is my stash.
So there is purpose to a stash.
Oh, it's freeing. You
I'm
feel good
shocked.
about using it, but you've already got
Exactly.
it there to think about it. You don't have to go out and buy anything.
Right.
It's worth buying it when you see something beautiful.
Yes,
Then
absolutely.
you have it. You can do whatever you want. So you have enough story.
This is one of our artists.
Yes.
Elena. And we are very happy to sell her cards here based on her paintings. And she's going to show you her actual paintings today. All right.
So before we do that, can we talk about the runner that's on the thing, and then we can go back in there.
So Diana, who just showed her work, also provided our table runner for today. And it's hand knit leaves from fall colors to her famous purples, and it's one of the most
beautiful.
creative table runners I have ever seen. It's just really beautiful. It really sets off the little critters we've been needle felting.
And all the pumpkins, of course, were Shirley's, except this one.
Well, the pumpkin makers here. I'm just
And
one
then
of them.
I felt that the little gnome has to be watching all the pumpkins.
It's very, very creative. Thank you.
And I think that's it, right? Does anybody else have a?
We have.
We're going to go
an artist
back
here.
in
Oh,
to the other room.
We actually
No, I mean
have
not
it here. We
Oh.
brought it in.
Never mind.
We have the watercolor artist Elena, who makes these beautiful cards for the shop, and she's going to show you her paintings that these are derived from.
Okay, so this is a print of an acrylic painting that I did. And I love poppies, so
Oh, yes.
yeah, so I tend
The
to
light on that is incredible.
gear that way. That was watercolors.
Beautiful.
I mean, that was acrylic, I'm sorry. This is one I'll never sell. This is from a class that I did. It was called Paint Like Gustav Klimt. This is my 7th great-great-great-grandmother.
Oh, wow.
And she was from Spain, so you see that she was royalty, and
Wow,
yeah, it's
gorgeous piece.
yeah. So it was fun to do, but it was a lot of work. And then this right here, this is a watercolor painting, and this right here was based on when I was in Portugal, we were going to this little shop, and she had this painting that she had done, but it was only the middle part of it. It was $5. And I thought, that is so cool. What can I do with it?
Yeah.
So I came back and I was in a class and I asked the instructor and she said, well, finish it. Just copy it and finish it. And I said, really? Because she said the painting itself is not that good. She said it's painted on very poor paper and it's just, the quality of it was great, but she said it wouldn't work to frame. So I did. I only had this part of it, this middle part, and then I finished it.
What a creative idea to change that into a butterfly.
Well, it was a butterfly. actually.
Oh,
It
okay.
was the middle part of the butterfly.
Okay.
And then this right here is based on kind of my interpretation of George O'Keeffe, actually.
Oh,
you,
yeah.
you can kind of see that. And so for me, it was just kind of trying to experiment with colors. And you can tell I like brights. I like bright colors. So
It's
yeah.
wonderful inspiration for all of the Piper artists here today, just to see in different expressions of art, texture, color, and it makes you want to do everything homemade for Christmas and the holidays. Have a happy Thanksgiving, and we'll look forward to seeing you again next week.
And just so everybody knows, we are open Friday and Saturday, normal hours.
Absolutely.